Dear Marguerite, I have received your letter and read it with pleasure. The few details about life near the Count and the Countess of Beauregard, and I am very happy that it pleases you a lot. On my part, I am very pleased that my painting pleases him, and that the name of our family is not unknown to him. Indeed, my great-grandfather was commander of the Order of the Crown of Italy and Knight of St. Maurice and Lazarus. He was a painter of the House of Savoy, near the Abbey of Hautecombe in Savoy, painted at the age of 17 years. He painted several churches in Piedmont, including the cathedrals of Asti and Alessandria, as well as the churches of San Francesco da Paola, Santa Maria della Vittoria in Turin, the Royal Theatre, various frescoes at the Royal Palace, the Count Verd receiving the keys to the city of Venice from the authorities, and the marriage of Amadeus of Savoy with the princess. He was a friend and teacher of Massimo d'Azeglio, with whom he was very close, and a friend of Alessandro Manzoni, whose masterpiece, I Promessi Sposi, The Betrothed, he illustrated in the first edition. My father gifted this to the Civic Museum of Milan. All correspondence of Marguerite with my great-grandfather. A museum in Aix-les-Bains houses some large portraits of the princes of Savoy, who used to be part of the Cercle, former casino of Aix. To remind you, he had married Madame Olympia, daughter of Marquis Vacca, whose student he was, a painter from Salento who lived in Chambéry. He painted the curtain of the theatre with his brother, another esteemed painter. This curtain, Orpheus in the underworld, had been painted for the theatre of Modena, and I don't know how it ended up currently in Chambéry. My great-grandmother had a sister who married on her side, Charles Baudelaire, an illustrious agronomist and founder of an agricultural school in Piedmont, to whom a street was dedicated in Turin, Rue Charles Boniface, which leads from Piazza Vittorio to Corso Valentino. He was my great-uncle. My grandfather, after the death of my great-grandmother, had married Madame de Mareuil, and from her he had a son, before becoming a widower on her side. He therefore bore the name of the husband of his mother, but was naturally the son of my grandfather, and he inherited from him almost all his properties, including a beautiful villa at Gioveno, Piedmont. It has no trees, and was accompanied by a large park. We only had a few pieces of furniture and different objects. The rest was lost through bad exchanges. As for the Vacca family, I don't know big thing, and I would have liked to know a little more. I know that the Gonin family left France at the revocation of the Edict of Nantes, and that they were descendants from Lyon. But there were quite a few painters in the family. In a few words, the stupidest of the family is me. I arrived with nothing, and I live alone and almost unknown, with the sole goal of earning my stake without being noticed by anyone. No one has ever been very interested in me, or rather tried to harm me. It will be learned that I left my country. The only person who loved me, and whose memory I cherish, and who had faith in me was poor mother, and my only happiness. I am going through very painful nights at the moment. During the day, I distract myself a bit with work. We are in September, and soon this cruel date of the 17th will already be 7 years old. In the end, it is better, because time passes and brings closer the moment when I will find myself near her. I no longer have either hope or ideal, having for the moment the sensation of a dirty rag in a corner of the abandoned room. I have a bit of shame when I think about the past of my family, and I hope to leave quietly, on tiptoe, as I came. My uncle Guido Gonin, who lived in Aix-les-Bains, had a somewhat more glorious destiny. But after having had a more glorious youth, because he was also a knight of Saint Maurice and Lazarus. Coming to Paris, he was also tasked with making plates for fashion for the publisher Joubeau. He worked quietly and met death quite old in silence. Also, after having had in recent years the modest satisfaction of taking banners for the battles and flowers. No one talks about him anymore. One should never speak of one's country. Elsewhere, one always remains a stranger, and one is a stranger to everyone. I believed all this to ease a bit my sadness, and I did not speak of my poor country, which has also suffered a lot in the countries of others, after having been ruined in the same way. It is I who, making efforts, have somewhat eased its worst days, without great success. I continued to enjoy the fresh air and the rest of the countryside.